So yeah, they do 2 trips. So they do a safari one where you go to Marley National Park, and they also do one at Cape Coast. So obviously with the Cape Coast one, you're staying on a beach resort, and we did like amazing things. We went to the Cape Coast Castle and learned about the slave trade that happened there. We went surfing and stuff, and surfing was the bane of my life. So I've only ever surfed once when I went away with this after school group I used to go to around my sister's way. Where was it we went? I can't remember what it was called, but it was somewhere in England we went, and I was rubbish at it. So I can't see without these things here. So I kept them on, thinking it was a brilliant idea because oh, I can see now, know what I'm doing. No, I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't stand up on the board. I couldn't do the other thing where you just kneel on it and jump on it. I couldn't do none of it. I was rubbish. I was even rubbish the last time I went, which was this year. Could not do it. Could not get the hang of surfing, so it's definitely not the sport for me. But Ghana, I don't know if this is all parts of Ghana, but the ocean there, especially in August, the waves are just crazy. They're so like hard and so big. Like even in February they were big. Not as big obviously, but they were big. So they weren't the greatest waves to surf in. Well, actually I guess that would be a perfect wave, but I tried to surf for the life of me, and like we had the guys helping us, like holding our board, and then when the wave came on we jumped on, tried to do the moves that you needed to do, but the wave kind of caught me, so I went over, the board hit my head, and I've come up and I've noticed I was like, shit, oh my god, where's my glasses? My glasses have fallen off my face. So I'm searching the water thinking, yeah, I'm going to find them. Silly me. I'm like, I've lost my glasses, I've lost my glasses. So the guys are trying to find these glasses, like, fully knowing they're not going to be able to find these glasses because the waves are too strong and they're probably gone. Like, as my niece said, it was either my niece or my mum said the fish are going to use it for their fishing school. But yeah, we lost the glasses. And they were my own glasses. I didn't have a spare pair. I can't see without my glasses. Like, my eyesight is terrible. It's non-existent. It's rubbish. I cannot see without them. Everything is just a blur without them. So they're like, yeah, we can't find it. I'm sorry. So I've got out of the water. I'm panicking. Like, oh my god. I couldn't even find my group because I couldn't see. And I've come out of a different part of the thing. So I bumped in to Izzy. And Izzy's like taking me back there. And so I've got my phone. I've called my mum. Like, Mum, I've lost my glasses. And like, I was going home the next day. I was like, I've lost them in the sea. I was wearing them surfing. They've fallen off my face. I was like, can you book me an emergency eye appointment? I was like, because I need to, like, straight away when I get home, I need to get my eyes sorted because I can't go to work without my glasses. So obviously she's going to bring me my spare pair that I had at home, which, like, they're not good for my eyes. So when we got back to our resort we were staying at, I had to wear my sunglasses like the whole time. Like, I'll see, I think I've got a picture somewhere of me wearing sunglasses in the middle of the night. It's pitch black, we're around the bonfire and I've got my fucking glasses on. Everyone took the piss out of me and laughing at me because I looked ridiculous. But we learnt from that mistake because this time we went and I brought the spare pair that I needed. So if I lost them, I was like, it doesn't matter because I've got my good pair. So thankfully I didn't lose them though. So they've now recycled into Specsaver's recycling box thing because I've got a new pair. But yeah, so I learnt from that mistake, thankfully. But going on from that story, so I thought, because on the thing, like the letter thing, it explained about the trip. So if you're doing it on your last weekend, it's best to book the following day home because you're going to get home late, so you might not be able to get your flight. So I booked my flight for the Monday night rather than the Sunday night everyone else did. So obviously I'm travelling home, like to the airport with everyone that was going home that weekend too. And my phone's pretty much non-existent, like it's dying. Like, so I'm quickly showing and like asking the security guard at the airport, like, oh, can you help me get a taxi? Because I couldn't book an Uber because my phone was literally about to die. So he gets me a cab, and he says to the cab driver, don't like charge her extra, like, you know, just because she's white, don't charge her like so much. But he ended up charging me so much anyway. He got lost. He took me to the wrong hotel to begin with. Yeah, so I asked a few hotels, like, where's this hotel? And finally, obviously, we found it. And then, so I get to the hotel. I'm in sunglasses. I look like an idiot. So they showed me to my room. I paid for the room and everything. Because I wanted to cancel that hotel and pay for another one. But I did it too late, so I would have been charged. So I stayed there anyway, because it was a bit expensive. But they show me to the room. They bring up my receipt to say, like, what I've paid and stuff. And they say, oh, you know, like, you can eat dinner and stuff, like, breakfast is in the morning, so on, so on. So I'm scared. Like, I literally have a full-on anxiety, panic attack, whatever you call it. Because I'm freaking the fuck out, because I can't see. I'm wearing sunglasses. I'm by myself in the middle of, like, nowhere, like a place I don't know. And I just want to go home at this point. I just want to fly home tonight, but I couldn't. Obviously my flight was the following day. I was gonna go explore like Accra on Monday during the day, because I had literally, my flight was at 11 PM the following night. But it's like, I think I must have got there about 3, 4. So I've called my mum. I'm talking to her and telling her I'm scared. Like, I'm panicky, my anxiety is really high, talking to my sister. And I'm crying because I'm scared. So I end up falling asleep. I think I must have woke up about 7. So I set my alarm for 9. So I went back to sleep after I replied to my mum, because she texted me to ask me if I was fine. Because I didn't eat. I didn't go out for food or anything. So I go back to sleep. I wake up again and I shower. And I go down, like, I brave myself, like, okay, I'm going to go down for breakfast now. So I go down for breakfast, I have my breakfast. I had sunny side up with toast, and a Coke and orange juice. And then I run back upstairs again, and I pack all my stuff, trying to get it all together. And it said I had to check out by midday, I think it was. So I go downstairs, and they try and charge me again. I'm like, no, like, I've already paid. I don't know what you're talking about. So I paid, like, they gave me another receipt and stuff, and sort of booked it off and took the key back. And then I basically just chill in the hotel. Like, I was like, is it okay to chill here for a while? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. So, like, I left all my luggage next to me and stuff. I was reading my book, listening to music, charging my phone, so on, so on. Because I really did want to explore Accra, but I was like, I can't do it by myself. I'm too scared. Like, I'm just shitting myself. So I just chill there for literally like a good 5 hours probably. And then I booked the Uber. Literally, like, I got to the airport as soon as you could check in. I was that early. And the guy said to me, like, when I checked out with my visa, like, he goes, why are you here so early? Like, you don't need to be here. I was like, oh, I know. I was like, I just wanted to make sure I got here early and stuff. And he goes, this country's safe. It's probably safer than your own country. I'm like, yeah, that's great, mate. It probably is, but I don't feel safe here by myself. So I'm checking in when I want to check in because I have that right to do that. So I was just chilling at the airport for a good 5 hours, just waiting for my flight. I got some food. I spent the last of my CDs. And yeah, I just kind of chilled, and I was so thankful to be home. I slept the whole journey because it was obviously a night flight. And I rushed to my mum and I just started crying when I saw her. I was hugging her and everything. I felt safe in her arms and to be back home again. But yeah, that was that. And the last story, oh no, there's another one in 2018. So we they do a medical like outreach program, that's it. So if you're on the medical program, you get to help out with like clinics that need help. Basically, they basically set out for the day rather than going to the hospital. You go help. So we helped with like the blood pressure and the glucose checks and stuff. It was actually really fun, but Dennis disappeared. We don't know where he went, but he disappeared. So Capo tried to get us home. So he put me and 2 other girls in this tuk-tuk thing. I'm sure you guys know what a tuk-tuk is, that yellow thing that they use in Asia and stuff like that. And then Capo takes the rest of them in his car, because obviously he's the cab driver that like Plan My Gap here recommend us to use because they're trustworthy and they don't like charge us too much money. And Capo's amazing. So I hated him that day though because he put me in this freaking tuk-tuk thing, and we're driving out of the uni because it was like within a uni, but it was a church thing we were helping out with. And this tuk-tuk, he doesn't even know where he's going, for one, so we feel like we're getting lost at this point as well, so I had to be checking my Google Maps. But we're exiting and he doesn't see this car. I don't know how he didn't see this car, but this car just goes right into us. So I'm like, so there was me, one girl and another girl, so I'm like, I literally had to hold myself because I nearly fell out, got whiplash. One of the other girls nearly fell out. And I'm like, what the hell, they're arguing. I'm like, I'm gonna die today, I'm actually gonna die. Because tuk-tuks are open, so you don't even feel safe in them anyway. We're in the middle of the roads in Ghana are ridiculous anyway, they're so busy. I'm like, no, I'm actually going to die today. I'm going to die. And then he doesn't know where he's going. He's having to ask people, how did you get to this place, like where we were staying. We were staying at Cronin Barrier. And then eventually we got home. And he charges us a ridiculous amount. I'm like, you're having a laugh, mate. I'm not paying you that. So we paid him whatever we paid him. Yeah, I had neck problems for the rest of the holiday. It was not fun at all. And then, yeah, so that was 2018. And then, oh, I'm forgetting the best one. So we went to safari. And in Morlaix National Park. So we've just come back from our Jeep safari thing, going around seeing all the cool animals. And like, they have a baboon problem. Like, the baboons are just everywhere where you're basically staying in the little hut room things you're staying in. So we've come back, me, Flo and Abby are walking back, and a few other girls who are like staying with me in my room. So we're seeing this Pumbaa, because there's a Pumbaa like just chilling. It's like, oh look, it's so cute, we're taking pictures of it and everything. And the next thing we know, we see the girls from the other room running out the room like, baboon! So it turns out the baboon had walked into their room, stole her pills and her malaria tablets, sat his red ass on her pillow and basically chased him out the room. And they were like in the middle of getting changed into the bikinis because we were going to go in the pool. So they're screaming, the boys have screamed, thinking they could try and help, but there were no help. We're laughing our asses off at this point, and I'm filming it. So this baboon runs out of the room, and we're all watching this baboon. Like, there was a few other guests there as well. Next thing I know, the baboon's chasing after me, Flo, and another girl. We like try and run it, because it's literally chasing us into the corner. So we try and run into these people's room, and they shut the door at us, freaking cunts. So thankfully the baboon pisses off, but at this point I stopped recording because I'm shitting myself. Thankfully it's gone. We found her pills, so it was all good in the end. But the baboons are evil, absolute evil things. They nicked the driver's lunch the next day. They're evil. But I'll link the video of like the vlog that it happened in, and the girl's story, because they told you the story in the vlog. It was so funny. That was a fun holiday. We laugh about it still. That was the funniest thing of our holiday, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so last one kind of freaked us out. This was in 2020, so this year. So we went to the disabled orphanage in the morning, but it took us another way that I wasn't familiar of. So I'm thinking we're lost. So we get off, and this guy was like, yeah, I'll help you, I know where this is. But they didn't know where it was, clearly. So I walk in with him, I'm like, this doesn't seem right, like we're near the zoo, like we're not supposed to be near the zoo. And obviously Google Maps don't know where it is, so I'm like, oh shit, we're lost. He's taken, so we're following him, thinking this isn't really a good idea, but there's 3 of us together anyway, me, Evie and Maddie. And then this guy, he's like, yeah, follow me, I know where to go. And then next thing we know, he's taking us up this really dodgy, like, alleyway. And we're like, nah man, this ain't no, we're not trying to be kidnapped today. So we say to him, oh no, thank you, like, we've got our way now, we know where we're going. He goes, oh no, you sure, I'll come. No, I was like, no, we're fine, like, we've got it, we're fine now. So we're walking back the way that the treasure had come from, trying to find our way. And thankfully we came by a chemist that Dennis had shown me on the first day, because I went the other way because it was easier to get to, and I was able to find our way there. But we just weren't feeling that day. We felt scared, and the kids were in an awful mood that day as well, so we kind of just went home early and went for a nap because we were just so stressed. But yeah, that was that. So we nearly got kidnapped, but we obviously made it out alive. We're fine now, we're back home in England. But yes, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've ever been to Ghana, then let me know. What was your favourite part? Mine was definitely Cape Coast. I loved it. But yes. And also tell me if you've ever been away to plan my gap year, actually, because I love planning my gap year. It's such a good trip. I'm hoping to go to Sri Lanka for one of their placements, for my elective placement. I'm hoping to take my mum with me too, so that'll be fun. But yes, but this is all of my travels Tao series. Eventually I might have some more stories to tell you, but for now that's all the stories I have. I'm probably going to have more when I obviously go to other countries, which I will be doing. But yes, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and also subscribe to our channel because we upload every Friday and every Sunday. So yeah, thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Chelsea and I do videos on travelling and midwifery and random bits and bobs, and I also do videos with my boyfriend. So yes, if you enjoy this, please do subscribe. So this is the last video of my Traveller's Tale series, where I tell you things that happened to me whilst I'm on holiday, and like my volunteering trips basically. So this last one is going to be on Ghana, which is obviously my recent trips, because I went in 2018 and 2020, which is this year obviously. So the first time I went for 3 weeks, and the last time this year I went for 4 weeks. Ghana's absolutely beautiful. I definitely recommend going. I went to a place called Kumasi, very lovely. I went there to volunteer at a disabled orphanage and also at the hospital. So yeah, I have a few like little stories that happened to me. 2 of them were in 2018, my first trip, and the last one is obviously the trip that just went by. So yeah, let's just get started really. So in 2018, obviously I went away with a company called Plan My Gap Year, and obviously it's a volunteering kind of company, and they offer you 2 trips to do, so you can kind of experience Ghana in its glory.